Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Now, who doesn't love chicken wings? Wait, don't answer that. Probably vegans and vegetarians. But I love chicken wings. In fact, I like to think of myself as the Wing King. Kind of like the Night King in Game of Thrones, but with chicken wings. You guys know I have done a whole bunch of wing recipes on the channel. I've taken butter chicken and made butter chicken wings. I've made garlic parmesan chicken wings. I've even made tandoori chicken wings. And you can click here on the I button and check out those recipes. But what are we doing today? Today I'm taking the much loved saag chicken and making that into a wing version. Yes, a wing version, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to take this delicious saag chicken and we're going to sort of deconstruct it into a portion of wings and a delicious cheesy saag dip. Anyway, enough jibber jabber from me, let's get cooking. So the first thing we're going to do is make the marinade for our chicken wings, and I'm starting with about 60 grams of full fat Greek yogurt. To that I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. You can also add coconut oil or ghee, no problem. Then I'm going to season that with some salt. I'm going to add some red chili powder, the Kashmiri kind, some turmeric powder, some coriander powder, some garam masala powder, some cumin powder, and the juice of half a lime. And then give that all a good whisk. And if you can't find full fat Greek yogurt, you could also use just regular unsweetened yogurt, no problem. Once that's done, we're going to add in our chicken wings to the marinade and give it all a good mix. And then we're going to leave these to marinate while we make the delicious cheesy dip to go along with this. But of course, if you can marinate it overnight, the flavor will be more intense. Anyway, once that's done, we'll set it aside to marinate. Now to make our awesome saag wala sauce, we're going to get a pan on the stove and we're going to heat up a whole tablespoon of butter. Now you can use ghee as well, that will give it a more authentic flavor, but since I don't have any ghee at home, I'm using butter. Anyway, once that butter has melted, we're going to add in about 50 grams of red onion, just roughly sliced, and just give it all a good mix and fry those onions. You want to fry them and get them nice and sort of goldenish brown. Anyway, the butter is going to turn slightly brown and you get those onions nice and caramelized. Remember, the longer you cook it, the more flavor you develop. Anyway, once the onions start to get a wee bit of color, I'm going to add in some cumin seeds. I'm also going to add in some chopped ginger and some chopped garlic, and then give it all a good mix. And we want to cook this now till the garlic starts to get some color, or basically turn golden brown. Say it with me, friends, golden brown. Anyway, once the garlic is nice and golden brown, we're going to add in our spinach. I'm adding in about 150 grams of spinach. And then I'm just going to cover it with the lid and let it wilt down. After about 2 to 3 minutes of cooking, you can see the spinach has wilted. I'm going to give everything a good mix. And I'm also going to add a little bit of water because that will help me sort of clean the pan out because the sauce is yet to be made. Anyway, once the spinach has wilted, turn off the stove. Then pour all the contents from the frying pan into your blender. And then just blend it, my friends. Now, since there's not a lot of liquid, you might need to add some liquid and just add it in because you want a nice smooth paste. Once it's been blended, we're going to pour it out on a nice hot pan, the same pan probably, and then we're going to rinse out the contents of the blender. Remember, you don't want to waste anything. Anyway, pour that out, give it all a good stir, and now what we're going to do is let this cook down till it becomes a nice thick puree. So cover it with a lid and let it cook. But of course, don't leave it unattended. Every 2 minutes, just open the lid up and give everything a good mix. Make sure nothing is sticking. After about 5 minutes of cooking, it's going to be nice and thick like a puree. So just turn off the stove and let this cool down now. Now in a mixing bowl, I'm going to take 150 grams of cream cheese at room temperature and I'm going to season it with some salt. And then I'm going to give it all a good whisk to make it nice and smooth. And the reason I season the cream cheese is because I haven't seasoned the spinach and I don't want this to be under seasoned. Anyway, once the spinach has cooled, I'm going to pour it into the cream cheese mixture, give it a good whisk, and then probably switch over to the spatula. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, don't forget to taste it for seasoning and add more salt if you need to, but mine was perfectly alright. And that's pretty much it. Our delicious saag wala sauce is ready, the dipping sauce. Anyway, now it's time to cook those wings up, and we're going to put it on a wire rack in a baking tray because that's just how I roll. And make sure you get all the wings in. I'm using about a whole kilo of chicken wings. And of course, if there's any marinade left in the bowl, spoon it over the chicken wings and then put them in a really hot oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. Of course, after 30 minutes, I'm going to turn the heat up in the oven and let it cook for another 2 to 3 minutes so it gets nice and brown. Anyway, after about 35 minutes of cooking, our wings are ready and they look absolutely delicious. But I'm not done just yet. Since you all know I love fire, I'm gonna just give those wings a quick char on the stove using my papad jali. I'll leave a link for this in the video description box below or on the blog post, which you can find on headbangerskitchen.com. Make sure you go to headbangerskitchen.com. Anyway, once you've given the wings a bit of a char, they're going to have an amazing smoky flavor. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Our chicken wings with that delicious saag wala dip, or rather our saag chicken wings, are ready. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Alright folks, it's time to taste our saag chicken wings, and look who's joining us once again. It's my dad, Mickey Makija.
You know guys, the only time I never say no to food is when this guy cooks. It could have been after a heavy meal, but this I will never say no to. Let's see. I'm going to taste the saag.
Yeah, the whole idea is that it's like a deconstructed chicken saag, so you dip your chicken wing into the saag gravy.
You could call it made in heaven or eaten and gone to heaven. Oh.
I especially love that little char taste on it from burning it over the stove on the papad jali. By the way, if you guys want to buy that papad jali, I'll leave an Amazon link in the video description box just below this video. So yeah, you can get that for yourself and then do the same thing with the wings.
I'm busy eating. You can do the talking.
The wing just broke into half.
That's how well it is cooked. Not only off the bone, even the bone breaks. Amazing.
Anyway, I guess there's nothing left to do but to turn the camera off and go and eat some more chicken wings.
There is something else to do. Eat another one.
That's what I was just saying that. Anyway, that's enough jibber jabber from the two of us. I will see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking.